Welcome back to Morning Markets on Monday, the 26th of April. George Bell here, investment analyst, to bring you up to date on the key market moves over the week and an insight to the calendar for the week ahead. Turning first to equity markets for the week 16th of April through to the 23rd of April. In sterling terms, you had global equities which were down 0.41%. UK FTSE 100 was down 1.12%. The FTSE 250 was down around 0.63%, but small cap companies demonstrating a little bit more resilience there, down 0.23%. In Europe, the Euro Stoxx 50 was actually up 0.2% in sterling terms. In the US, the S&P 500 was down around 0.33%. The Nasdaq, which encompasses a greater number of technology names, was down around 0.47%. And the Russell 2000, which factors in a greater number of smaller market cap companies, was actually up 0.19%. In Asia and in the emerging markets, we had China, which was up 3.66%. In Japan, looking at the TOPIX index, that was down 1.8%. And in India, a region which is more challenged by rising COVID-19 infection rates, was actually down around 1.9% in sterling terms on the week. In bond markets, a positive week for bond markets overall. Looking at UK gilts with a maturity profile of 10 and 30 years, we saw the yield come in 1 basis point and 2 basis points, taking the 10-year profile yield to 0.75% and 30-year to 1.28%. In the US Treasuries, again with the same maturity profiles there, 10 and 30-year, the yields were in 1 and 3 basis points there to 1.58% for a 10-year US Treasury and 2.25 for a 30-year Treasury there. The strongest returns within the corporate sector were made within bonds of a higher credit rating. So global investment grade returned 0.28%, high yield was up around 0.15%. Within commodities overall were up around 1.95%. That was really supported by precious metals. If we look at the precious metals, we can see copper was up around 3%, silver around 0.15%, and gold around 0.05%. Looking at oil, Brent crude, that was actually down around 1%. So Brent crude was down to around $66.1 per barrel there. Looking at foreign exchange markets, the US dollar was slightly weaker. It was down around 0.7% on a trade-weighted basis. So we often refer here to the Dixie index. That came in at around 90.86 at the end of the week. Sterling was down around 0.14%, taking the sterling US dollar rate from 1.383 to 1.388. So a slightly stronger exchange rate there for sterling. Sterling euro was relatively flat over the weekend, in the week at around 1.15. Looking at the week ahead, it's a busy week for earnings reports with many of the big tech names in the US, such as Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, all set to report, along with General Electric, Ford, ExxonMobil, and also Caterpillar. Caterpillar is a commonly referenced bellwether for economic conditions. They manufacture construction materials and equipment and mining equipment there as well. So a good bellwether for what's happening within the economic environment overall. Within the economic data front in Europe, we'll see a number of business climate indices reports starting off today with Germany. The indicator has reported continuous improvement so far this year. As we move through the week, Germany, along with Italy, France and Spain, will be publishing their primary estimates for GDP growth for the first quarter of 2021. So it will come as no surprise in those readings that they are likely to demonstrate some of the challenges which have been faced by tighter restrictions across the bloc. In Asia, the Bank of Japan is expected to maintain their policy interest rates at negative 0.1% when they meet tomorrow, but analysts are expecting a slight increase in growth projections. On Wednesday, we'll also hear from the US Federal Reserve following 2 days of meetings. At this stage, analysts are not expecting a big deviation from the dot plots, which suggest policy interest rates are to remain at the current levels through 2023. But given the improving economic data, inflation will be a hot topic ahead of the GDP growth prints for Q1, which will be released on Thursday. Thank you for watching. We look forward to bringing you up to date tomorrow on Morning Markets.
Subscribing to True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to your YouTube app on your phone, type in True Potential and press the red subscribe option. You'll then be notified as and when new videos are released.